On to task number 8. The diagram shows the front view of a right regular pentagonal pyramid of 35mm base edge. Draw the following views of the solid: the given front view, the top view, and the right view. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to get planning. We need to work out which way the pentagon is positioned. Okay, we are going to be drawing a right view today. So we have the right view, the given front view, and we've got to work out what our polygon looks like from the top. Okay, they've given us a solid, hidden detail, solid line. So we have to work out which way we are going to position this so that when we look at it from the front, we will see 1, 2, 3, 4 solid lines. There are multiple ways we can position it. With your 72 degrees position that way, okay, with your vertical at the top, your horizontal at the top, we could have your vertical on the left, we could have the vertical on the right, and obviously I've saved the best for last. If we position it this way with our 72 degrees here like that, if we were to look at it from the front, we would see a solid line, solid line, solid line going to the top, and this back line here would be hidden detail. Prize winner is the last one, so that's where we are going to start our drawing. Polygon in the bottom right hand quadrant. So let's get going. The base side is 35mm, so I'm going to start off with a 35mm base. 10, 20, 35mm base. Alright. I need to measure a 72 degree angle. Okay, let's just zoom in here a little bit for you guys. Make sure that it's focused. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to extend this base. Let's just close this up quickly. Sorry about that. Alright, so I'm going to draw my base and I'm just going to extend those two edges because I need to measure my 72 degrees on either side. So I'm going to line up the 0 and if you have a look on your ruler, you'll see 20. So it's going to go 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. Then you're going to carry on in the same direction, 71, 72. Line up the north. And there's my 72 degrees. You may have the ordinary protractor, which you want to go 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. Carry on in that same direction, plus 1, 71, 72, to get your 72 degree angle. Alright, let's do it on this side. Line up the 0, 70, 71, 72. And you can actually measure straight away 10, 20, 35. I'm going to take my compass, open up my compass. And I'm going to just mark off those base sides. There is my pentagon construction. It comes up time and again in your exams, so it's important to learn it. Alright, to find the top point, it's a simple process. You have to find the halfway line, so we could just bring this point down. And I'm going to bisect just one of the base sides. I know it's hard to see on the camera here, but I've got my construction going through there like that. And that's how you find. What you could also do is halve the base side using the ruler. And there we have our top view. Okay, while you're still learning your different views, it's good practice to label it. It's good practice for your printing. Teaches you to draw your guidelines without measuring them. And all around you just become so much faster. Alright, if your construction is dark, you may want to just lighten it a little bit. Leave some of this work that you've done so that the examiners can see how you got your work. We always only ever clean up on the outside. So I'm just going to take this line away. I'm going to leave it on this side because I still have to draw my right view. Alright. So, onto the given front view. I'm going to leave a nice gap. I'm going to label my XY straight away. XY. X1, Y1. Our front view is going to have an axis of 65, so you can measure that in. There we go, and you are simply going to project these lines going up. Okay, draw in the given view. Solid, solid. Now's the time that you would pick up any errors if you're drawing in your base sides and they weren't matching up. There's very little time in an exam or test to make changes. So in your planning, just make sure that you know and plan ahead carefully, and you won't have any problems. Alright, so there's our given view. Take your 45-degree set square. Now's the time you start taking your numbers across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and label your apex. So we've got our apex at the top, we've got corner 2, corner 3, corner 1, corner 4, and corner 5. Once you've done that work, everything else is just matching the numbers. I always say it's join the dots. Let's start off with our apex. Let's find our apex. Our apex height is up here. So we find our apex. You'll notice that it is different to your corners. We haven't taken our apex across. We've taken corner 2 across and corner 5 across. So when we transfer our bases, this over here is going to be corner 1. This over here is going to be corner 2 and corner 5. 2 at the back, 5 in the front. This is a common mistake that people make, is they get confused between the apex and the base corners. So I'm going to just take my base corners across. We're then going to take 3 and 4 across. 3 and 4 are in line with each other. So we've got 3 at the back and we've got 4 in the front. Okay, and what some people do is they just take this corner up, but instead we've actually got to transfer our apex. So we're going to go to our apex, we're going to transfer it across, and that goes all the way up to the top. Don't confuse it with your base corners. So there's our apex up at the top, and we can simply now, looking from the right hand side, say to ourselves, we are going to see corner 1. We are going to see corner 5, and we are going to see corner 4. You'll notice that 3 and 2 happen to be behind, directly in line with those, so we're not going to be putting in the hidden detail. And we are just going to be drawing the edges that we see. To differentiate between a center line or an axis and a base edge, we need to show that that line is different. So we've got a different line type for our center line, so that it is seen straight away. So remember, it sticks out the bottom, sticks out the top, long, short, long, short, long. Out the bottom, out the top, long, short, long, short, long. Try and keep it similar in distance. And that is question number 8.